Hey everyone, and welcome to the channel. So in front of us is the all-new 2023 Mini Cooper Convertible. It's finished off in satellite gray, and we'll go over the MSRP once we go over all the specs and features for this fun-size convertible. So let's start off with what powers this, because there are two different engine options. This model here has the smaller engine. It's the 1.5 liter twin power turbo 3-cylinder engine paired to a 7-speed automatic transmission, and it pumps out a 134 horsepower, 162 pound-feet of torque sent to the front wheels, propelling this 3,000-pound vehicle from 0 to 60 in just over 8 seconds with a top speed of 165. It also has a fuel capacity just over 11.5 gallons. You'll expect to see around 29 miles per gallon in the city and 38 out on the highway. So if you're looking for a small economic vehicle, but you want that convertible experience, this is a perfect option to go with. You can also go with the 2-liter 4-cylinder if you want a little bit more power. Now for the exterior on this, there's really not all that much to talk about. It has a nice front end design to it. Unlike traditional grills, we really don't have a grill for this model. The bumper goes right through the middle. There's a few cutouts above and below, and then the gloss black surround kind of encasing it as a grill, but it really doesn't have that distinctive design to it. There's air inlets on both sides too, and then this has the LED headlights, DRLs, and turn signals. Really no lines coming down the hood, small bulge right in the middle, but it is kind of more on the simple side, but yet effective to provide a lot of cooling. Now for the side, this has a set of 16-inch wheels finished off in gloss black. You'll notice too that the plastic from the lower section of the front bumper works its way around the fender flares and then down the lower side skirt. This has chrome for the release handles, body colored side mirrors with a trim piece and indicator just in front of that. You'll notice too that the soft top has the flag running across it, which is a nice design. And as you can tell with the top up, it has a good look to it. Now you can actually push on the unlock button twice and it will lower the windows. It will also retract basically just the sunroof portion for this soft top. So with the key, that is all you can do, but it's pretty cool that this soft top has a sunroof option. So you can ride around like that if you want to, and then fold it back the rest of the way, which I will do here very shortly. Now for the rear, this has a backup camera, all these sensors. You'll notice that same flag design in the LED taillights. And then the single exit exhaust is on that driver's side. Now what's cool about this soft top is it actually does not hinder any of your storage space for the trunk. So as you can tell, I have some items in here at the moment, and the soft top actually collapses right above this shelf here. So you have all of the space underneath. You can even fold down the back seats just by pulling on these tabs on both sides. So I'll go around and just do that one here in a minute. But you still have room for groceries. It's a little bit tight here to put in some items like my camera bag, but it definitely is usable for the size of this. And then to enter and exit, you can lock and unlock this with the door handle there. We have the white interior, so it's on the armrest. Lock and unlock is also incorporated into the release handle. We have the window controls, which you can put all 4 up and down with that one button. A little bit of storage space, and then we have a brush trim piece just behind that. Beautiful leather for the seats. These are manual adjusting, so all of those controls are down below. And then if we want to gain access to the back, simply just push that seat forwards, where like I mentioned earlier, this one is currently released. So I can pull this down and you can get a sneak peek at where the top sits and then into the trunk space there. Now at 5'10", I can actually sit back here pretty comfortably. There's one cup holder that your backseat passengers would fight over, a little bit of storage on both sides, but I have around 2 or 3 inches above my head. So I could ride around town with the top up and be comfortable for the style of car that this is. Now as we work our way to these front seats, I can grab the slider bar there to push that back, give me a little bit more leg room where it is easy to enter this. And you'll see steering wheel is covered in solid black leather. What I like about the engine start button, engine start stop, it's a toggle switch right in the middle. So I'll just hold it down, we can fire this up. And looking at the gauge cluster, it is pretty simple. We have the tach on one side, your fuel level on the right side, miles per hour right in the middle. That's pretty much all you get. On the right side, we do have these icons here to go through your music. We have volume, Bluetooth and voice commands, and then cruise control is on that left side. Now on the left side of the steering wheel, we have the headlight controls along with some dimmer switches for the gauges. You can release the trunk with that button down below. There is one air vent. And then right in the middle, we have the massive clock design, which is pretty standard for Minis. We have a shortcut to the intelligent safety, so you can go through all this info. And then this is a touchscreen system, so you can get into your phone, your music. You can go into Mini here to control all that information, go into some apps as needed. And then on the home screen, you can actually swipe over through all of these pages. So you can go into My Mini, you can go into some apps, just go through this as needed. Not a whole lot of info. It does have Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, so you can pair your phone to this system. And then you'll notice volume for the radio, tuning, all of the presets as well. All the climates are nicely laid out. So we have temperature, fan speed, where you'd like the air to go. These are even heated seats, so we have those controls along with some more AC controls. And then there's the engine start stop and traction control, which you can turn on and off. There's also a 12 volt, a USB, and 2 cup holders in front of the shifter, which if you're familiar with BMW, it is exactly the same. In reverse, you'll see the backup camera with the sensors, and then we have drive, and you can even shift using the shifter. There are no paddle shifters, but if you like to shift using this, you can, and then park is located at the top. Now you can also go through that infotainment system using all of these shortcuts down below. So just like BMW, you can get into your menu, go into the map, essentially hooking up your phone there, get to your phone when you have that paired. So you can use those as needed. One thing that I will note is that in order to use the manual parking brake, you have to have the center armrest out of the way. So when you pull this up, it's kind of in the way there, but if you get it out of the way, you can get it up the rest of the way there. And then for the center armrest, you do have a little bit of storage to place some smaller items, and then you can also lock this up a little higher if you need a little bit more comfort, and then you can put it all the way down. Now for the glove box, you have plenty of room for all of that information. And then we are going to take a look at this one last time with the roof all the way down. So you will see it tucks away nicely, very quick system, and we can see what this looks like with that top all the way down. So it doesn't hinder that cargo space like I mentioned earlier, and now we have that full top-down experience. So let's go ahead, get the new Mini Cooper out on the road. And so with it in sport mode from second gear, here we go. The shifts are what you would expect for a vehicle like this. You're probably not really ever going to use them, but if you need to shift, get a little bit more power from a lower gear, you have the option to do that, which is nice if you need to pass or anything like that. But with that top-down experience, it is nice. It's definitely comfortable to drive. And then once we get to that 20 mile an hour mark, we can put this back up in a matter of seconds, as long as we stay under 20. It's gonna take a little bit longer to put back up since, oops, got a little bit fast there. Since we do have to put that back the rest of the way. So before I just had to do the back of it, but we are ready to go. And it's that easy. So it's nice that you don't have to be in park in order to adjust the top. Now, one thing that I will say, it feels like it echoes in here a little bit. I'm not sure how that's going to come across on camera, but to me it feels like I can hear my echo inside of here. So it's a little bit different feeling from other vehicles that I've been in, but it is a smaller vehicle. You know, there's a lot of plastics here. It's well refined, don't get me wrong, but it is more economy style focused, with some plastic here and there, and it's put together nicely for what you're paying for this car. It's what you would expect. It just feels a little echoey, which is interesting to see. But aside from that, I think this is a cool option. I'm not around Mini Coopers that often. I know there's a huge following for the Mini Cooper groups and what they have to offer. It's a fun little car. I can see the appeal to it if this is all that you are looking for. But I think that is going to wrap it up for the 2023 Mini Cooper Convertible. Once again, huge shout out to Carolina Auto Direct for providing this smaller size car for me today. Check out their website. That link is down below. Give the video a huge thumbs up. Smash that subscribe button so you don't miss out on our daily uploads. And I will see you all in the next video.